Welcome, good morning dear students. Welcome to digital classes. This is your chemistry period and I am teaching today from my home. So dear students, before going to start today's topic, let's recapitulate a little bit what we have done. As you know that we are doing our unit 5, that is states of matter, and in this states of matter we have almost finished this chapter, and in the last topic we have done about the liquid states. But before that, let's recapitulate what we have done. So dear students, in this chapter, the name of the chapter is states of matter, in which you know very well there are basically 3 states of matter, that is solid, liquid and gases. And in this particular chapter we are talking about gaseous state. We have studied already the properties of gases. We have studied the gas laws, very important. There are some numericals that is related to gas laws. It's Boyle's law, Child's law, Avogadro's law, ideal gas law, combined gas law, which is also known as Gay-Lussac law, and Dalton's partial pressure. Hope so you understood and you enjoyed those videos. If you still face any problem, please feel free to call me, ask me. Otherwise you can go through my videos through my channels. It is always there. And dear students, after gas laws we have studied about the behavior of real gases, difference between ideal gas and real gases. Then we have studied about when the behavior of real gas is there. Then we studied about the compressibility factor, which is also important. And we have done in the end the liquefaction of gas, which is very, very important. In liquefaction of gases, the main important or main application, the liquefaction of gas in our daily life, is how to liquefy the gas. We can liquefy the gas by compressing the gas at very high pressure and low temperature. The best example of liquefaction of gas is CNG, compressed natural gas, LPG, liquefied petroleum gas, and the oxygen cylinder that we are using in our daily life, okay, which is life-saving in hospitals. So why there is a need to liquefy the gas, that also we studied. The gas is liquefying because it is very difficult to transfer the gas from one place to another place. You know, solid we can take, like you have seen in those heavy load trucks, cement, saria, or any other concrete, solid particles, solid things are easy to carry from one place to another, easy to transport from one place to another. Liquid also can be easily transferred from one place to another. But when we are raising the question of gas is very difficult. We cannot catch the gas, we cannot hold the gas. So because of that, we need to compress the gas in a cylinder, and then after compressing, we can carry it from one place to another. So because of this reason, we need to liquefy the gas. So in that particular topic, I can say the liquefaction of gas, we studied that in the case of Andrews graph or isotherm of carbon dioxide, in which it came to know that carbon dioxide is a gas which is compressed after like 73 atmosphere and below 30.98 degrees Celsius. So it means that above 73 atmosphere or below 30.98 degrees Celsius, we can compress the carbon dioxide gas into liquid. And in atmosphere, which carbon dioxide is there, you know, that is like gases in form. But when we need to compress it, we need to see this. This is the critical pressure. The 73 atom is called critical pressure, and 30.98 degree Celsius is known as critical temperature. And where these critical temperature, critical pressure and critical volume meet, that is called triple point. This all we have studied in that Andrews graph, which is called isotherm of carbon dioxide. So then after that, we have studied about the how when gases are going to be liquefied, then it is called liquid. And we studied then liquid states of matter. And in liquid state of matter, you have studied in junior classes also. If I'll recall, the liquids are which have definite volume but not definite shape. If I will take example of this liquid, I have one bottle here in which water is there. So if I will take example of liquid, this is at this time you can see the water which is inside the bottle, that taken the shape of bottle. Okay, this bottle is like a little bit square in shape. So this took the example, this took the shape of bottle. But when I will pour this water in this glass, transparent glass, then you can see the water has taken the shape of this glass now. The glass is spherical, so this took the shape of glass now. Now if I will take it in this jar, so you can see the water will take the shape of this jar then. Okay, so it means that it states that liquid have equal volume but not equal shape. It have not definite shape. I can say it have definite shape, volume, but not definite shape. Okay, after this, if I'll see say in liquid state, there are some properties of liquid. These properties of liquids are evaporation, vapor pressure, boiling point, surface tension, viscosity, in which then this video, go through this video related to understand about the evaporation, vapor pressure and boiling point. Evaporation and boiling point, there is difference between evaporation and boiling point, that also I'm going to tell in this video, so stay tuned for this video. This is the example of vaporization, and as milk is evaporating and this water vapor, these vapors of milk we can clearly see and visible to you, dear students. That is how evaporation occur in any liquid. Example of boiling, you can see small droplets that start boiling from the bottom, and as it become hot, it is coming up on the surface, and when ultimately the most of the water droplet become hot, it start boiling. Like this way the water boiling process is starting. So in this way we can differentiate the evaporation and boiling. In evaporation it is a surface phenomenon, you can say it is evaporating only in the surface, whereas boiling is a bulk phenomenon, and you can see all the water molecule are start boiling from the bottom, and it start boiling in the end in bulk. Now you can observe water is boiling in full swing, and the boiling is a bulk phenomenon, and you can see evaporation is a surface phenomenon only. The process of evaporation, it starts from the bottom. Some of the water droplet, you can see it is filled with the gas now, and these will come up slowly, and in the end, after evaporation, it start boiling. So hope so you enjoyed the evaporation and boiling. Now next video is related to surface tension. So dear students, before going to study about surface tension, let me take one small example. Like whenever we are talking about a drop, okay, so then you just see a drop is, if I will take drop is, you see the shape of this drop. In carefully if you will see, the drop shape is, we can see a shape of drop. You just focus here, this is, you see the drop, the shape of drop is, it is spherical from the bottom, but it is coming from one top and making a spherical shape. Why it is? The question is that this is because of surface tension. If second example I will take was surface tension, so then please, so if you will see actually what is happening in surface tension, it is the force that acting per unit length which is perpendicular to the line drawn on the surface of the students. Let's understand with the help of this shape. As for example, this is a liquid water, and these are the water molecule. These are the water molecule. If you will see the water molecule which is in the center, that what drop is getting force from all the corner. Suppose this liquid is forcing toward this side and this liquid is forcing toward this side. So in this way, this drop is getting force from all the side. That is called tension. A force that is acting per unit length, which is perpendicular. This is per unit length perpendicular, and this force is, which force it is I can say facing, that is called tension. And that surface, that is called surface tension. It came from surface. Suppose see, these are the surface liquid, and this surface liquid is creating force, and this force, due to this force, the drop of water have this shape, because it is equally get force from all side. That's why the liquid drop is having this shape. Okay. Next is viscosity. If we'll talk about viscosity, it is a viscosity of a liquid is measured to its resistance or to flow. How fast it is flowing down, that is called viscosity. It is related to intermolecular force of attraction. Stronger these forces, greater the viscosity. So there are three different samples I'm going to show you. For viscosity, I'm going to show you three different samples. Suppose I have sample of water, I have sample of honey, and I have sample of oil. Okay, so we will see which kind of liquid is flowing fast. We will talk about the water. So you can see water is flowing very fast or with very speed without resistance, and oil is flowing also with same flow with little bit I can say faster than this. But when we are talking about honey, so honey have more viscosity. So you can see the flow of honey. If we will pass the honey, so you can see this tensile strength or the fluidity of liquid of honey. It is flowing very with same line. You can see from here to here honey is flowing with more resistance. So it means that honey have more resistance than the water, than the oil. Okay, I have one more sample here, that is sanitizer we are using. I have these things in my home, so I'm using these things. So sanitizer, you can see the drops of sanitizer. If you will, it is visible to you, so you can feel this is surface tension, this drop is surface tension. I'm bringing a little bit more closer. These drops are sanitizer, and you can see drop by drop it is flowing because it have more resistance. Which have less resistance, that is flowing faster. Which have more resistance, that will flow very slowly. So honey is thicker than water, so honey has very slow motion fluidity than the water. And if I'll throw all these three things, you can see which will move faster. So on my plate you can see, dear students, there are different samples. Here is sample of honey, here is sample of water, here is sample of oil, here is sample of sanitizer, here is sample of my toilet cleaner Harpic. So if you will talk about the fluidity, you can see water is flowing very fast, then the oil is flowing with the motion, then the sanitizer, and Harpic is flowing very last. So it means that honey is not even moving. So it means that water have less resistance, less viscosity than the oil, then these Harpic, and the honey has the maximum viscosity. So this fluidity, this resistivity of fluidity is called viscosity. Hope so you understood with the help of this video. So hope so, dear students, you liked all these activities which I have performed at my home, in my room, and you will also perform these at your home, and you will try to understand the chemistry in the way of chemistry. The best part of studying science is enjoy the science, learn the science, and just do the science. When you are doing this anything, I'm sure you will understand the concept in better way. Okay, so thank you very much for watching this video and listen me patiently, and I wish now each and every one of you will perform this small activity at home. You will make a small video of 1 minute, you will share to me, and I will appreciate that. Thank you, have a nice day, take care, stay home, stay safe.